The whole idea behind White God was to make an adult-oriented film about dogs, something that would not be anything like an animation or your typical tearjerker. The film follows a mixed-breed dog called Hagen and his owner, a 13-year-old girl called Lily. The two of them have to move in with her father, who, after refusing to pay a harsh fine imposed by the government upon anyone who owns a mixed-breed dog, abandons Hagen on the streets. Determined to find each other again, both her and the dog begin a dangerous journey back towards one another. Hagen soon attracts a large pack of half-breed followers who start a seemingly organized uprising against not only the humans who mistreated them, but humans in general. Now, there was a lot about this film which I thought was absolutely breathtaking, but also some parts which I'm still not really certain how I feel about. Now, what this film has been universally praised for are the dogs. There is really a well-made little making-of film in which they explain how they had to train the dogs to appear as untrained as possible, and how they had to make them seem accustomed to actors which they have never met in their lives, and behave around them as if they were their actual owners. They are so good, in fact, that the humans are piss-poor in comparison. It's where this movie really loses some points, and it's not necessarily because of the actors not being up to the task, but it's because their characters are written so badly. Every human is a stereotype in this film. The reckless teenager, who never takes anyone's advice or learns from her mistakes, the miserable divorced father, who can't seem to get his daughter to abide by his rules, the malicious neighbor, who hates dogs and would tell any lie to the authorities just to get rid of it, the asshole dog catchers. We even have a Russian mobster played by the director himself. This is a classic case of a film with two subplots in which one is weaker than the other. The part with the girl is nothing out of the ordinary. Typical teenager with typical teenager problems. The one with the dogs, however, is much more interesting and emotionally engaging. The director's vision was to make a realistically grounded film with an unrealistic story, and on that level I have to applaud them for doing a fantastic job. The cinematography and soundtrack are all great. The way this movie moves, looks, and sounds is excellent. Something I didn't like about it from a technical standpoint, and this is just me nitpicking here, is that sometimes when they are filming the dogs, especially when there's a lot of running going on, the camera work and editing tend to become very chaotic. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm totally positive they did the absolute best job they could. I mean, I can imagine it's not easy filming dogs. They can probably get very unpredictable. And it's not like you can see and understand exactly what's going on the screen, because you can. But it's just that some shots can get really messy, especially when compared to other ones which can be quite perfect and well executed. Now, this film has been getting some comparisons made to Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, which is not far-fetched at all, because this film actually does turn into a horror movie at a certain point. And that's the part which I'm still not really certain how I feel about. It's the part which kind of took me out of the experience, to be honest. But luckily it picks up again towards the end. I thought the ending was really good, so I would recommend seeing it at least once, especially if you're a dog person, obviously. But it's really dark and violent, so don't be taking your kids to see this. So that was the review, folks. Thank you for watching. Now, if you don't mind, I have some business to attend to. Here, doggy. Here, boy.